Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today's reading is all about answering the question, what do people wish they could compliment you on? So we're going to find out what people wish they could praise you about, what they love about you, and what they think about you in general. So remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you'd like a personal reading or a peek into my shop or services, check out the links in my description. If you are new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. You are going to pick the pile that you are the most intuitively drawn to. If you are drawn to more than one pile, feel free to check out more than one reading. We have pile 1 here. We have pile 2. We have pile 3. And we have pile 4. So if you need more time to choose, please pause the video, but when you are ready, go to the description or the pinned comment of this video and find the timestamp that is linked to your pile. Then you can skip ahead to your reading all about what people wish they could compliment you on. I will see you on the inside. Hi pile 1, welcome to your general reading. If you would like a personal reading or a peek into my shop or services, check out the links in my description. Now let's dive in. The first card that I want to talk about here is the 6 of Pentacles. So people wish that they could compliment you on how generous you are, pile 1. People really wish that they could compliment you on your kind heart. I feel like you're a very giving and supportive person, and I feel like you really don't hesitate to share what's yours with those in need. So people might see you as someone who carries a certain status or a level of abundance and wealth. Remember that abundance and wealth are not just monetary. You might be somebody that shares their time and resources and energy with those that they love, their friends, their community. So yeah, I think, if this sounds like you, drop a present or gift emoji in the comments. But yeah, I feel like you're always there for others during their times of need. And I also feel like you're the kind of person who gives selflessly. So you're concerned with the needs and well-being of others. You don't expect anything in return because you give from your heart. And you're someone that's very balanced. And I really do feel like people love your flexible outlook on life. I feel like you don't allow your emotions to get the best of you, and you are in good control over yourself. You might be someone who is interested in balancing and harmonizing your mind, body, and spirit. Like, for example, maybe your self-care routine looks like meditation and rest and then yoga, right? You also might be someone who is focused on balancing your finances, so making sure that it feels stable and safe and secure. Others wish that they could compliment you on how supportive you are. I feel like you're very encouraging to other people, and you give people love and praise. So you really make other people feel special, pile 1. And when others win or accomplish something, I feel like you're genuinely happy for them, and you want to celebrate those that you care for. So you're a very kind-hearted person, you're very patient, and people can see that you're a very sincere person with good intentions, and you might be someone who is focused on quality and fairness for all. I feel like you're a literal gift or a blessing in people's lives, and I just feel like life wouldn't feel the same without you. You are a very loved and cherished and valued person, by your loved ones, by your friends or your community, pile 1. So way to go. I hope that you see yourself as a gift just as others do. And the next card that I want to talk about here is Pluto. So it says rebirth. So first off, Pluto rules over the sign of Scorpio in modern day astrology. So some of you could have Scorpio somewhere significant in your birth chart, or this could just be the energy at play here, because Scorpio as a sign is very strong and independent, loyal and brave, determined, deep, private, mysterious, passionate, and persistent. I feel like you're not someone who's afraid to go deep under the layers of the human existence, and that's what others wish they could compliment you on. I feel like you have this very potent and powerful energy about you, and you might be someone who is curious about exploring the unconscious mind and all that it entails. So you're someone that's not afraid of change and transformation. You have this ability to alchemize a lot of things, and I feel like you're someone who's aware of their own personal power, and you're willing to use this power for good. So I also feel like being with you or around you, it feels like a fresh start. I'm hearing like a necessary fresh start. It's a whole darn reincarnation when it comes to being around your energy, pile 1. And I don't know if you're someone who has either help people move through an ending in their life and a transition into a new experience, maybe one that was better for them, or maybe this person was you. But I feel like you also have this energy that clears the way, and Pluto can be destructive, but I feel like you tear down the BS in order to create a better, more sturdy foundation, right? Like I feel like you're good at purging and letting go of things that are no longer like necessary or serving you in your life. And I feel like you're the new beginning that leads to like better new starts. So yes, we also have great teacher, and it says learn from spiritual experiences. So with this card, like right off the bat, people see you as a leader, pal one. And I feel like you're the type of person who's been through some stuff, and you're well aware of the lessons that you were meant to learn in this lifetime. I feel like you're an excellent teacher, a guide, a counselor, a therapist, armchair or licensed. Maybe you're like a mentor to others. I think that you just really get people and you know exactly how to help them. And I feel like you have really excellent communication skills, and you're aware that everyone comes equipped with different communication skills. So I feel like you don't take a lot of things personal because you're aware that everybody's like in their own frame and their own experience, and it has like nothing to do with you, or it means nothing about you. So yeah, I think that people really wish they could compliment you on that ability of yours. And I also feel like you're a great listener. So not only are you good at instructing others on the best thing to do, but you're also just a genuinely good listener. I feel like you're a whole vibe, pile one. And yes, I feel like you're easy to work with, or you're pleasant to work with. And not too many people can say these things about themselves. I feel like you're a very flexible person, and this is what others love so much about you. I also feel like you form really strong, close bonds with those that you support. This is what they wish they could compliment you on. So maybe there's a teacher out there, past or present, who wants to compliment you on the wonderful human being you've turned out to be. I really do feel like you've grown a lot, pal one. The next card that we have here is Dog Spirit. So it says, be loyal to what you love. So another thing that people wish that they could compliment you on is your loyalty. And I feel like that's super tough to find nowadays. So to find it in like a divine human being like you, it really feels like winning the lottery. And I feel like others appreciate that you are consistent in your behavior and your treatment of those around you. I feel like others wish that they could compliment you on how trustworthy you are. I feel like people can come to you with anything that they're going through, and they know they can count on you. Like you're kind of like that person to be like, I feel like you'll be the first to step up and go to bat for those that you love. You're very kind and fair, and people really love this about you. And I feel like people have a great sense of allegiance with you. I feel like you're always there for those who need you, and you can be counted on. You put, people before yourself, and you're always looking out for the well-being of others. And I'm also getting that others want to compliment you on your loyalty to yourself. So I feel like you set some really good boundaries for your own well-being. And I also feel like you treat those that you care about with kindness and admiration and respect. So that being said, we do have the purification card. It says Snapdragon. So I also feel like others, they wish that they could compliment you on how purifying it is to be around you, or to be friends with you, or to be in a relationship with you, or to work with you, whatever applies. But I do feel like you help people get back to basics and remove the toxic, negative things that are affecting their lives. I do feel like you cleanse people of their past and the things that they want to leave in the past, and you help others release harmful things in their life. People, places, experiences that are no longer serving them. But I feel like you're able to help people distill things down in their life to only keep the empowering and aligned things in their lives. So really, you show people the light, you show them a better way, and you show them a better life. Snapdragon is also associated with the zodiac sign of Gemini. So some of you could have Gemini somewhere significant in your birth chart, or this is just the energy at play. And Gemini as a sign is very intellectual and curious and flexible, very communicative, playful, free-spirited, and social. I do feel like you are a beautiful reminder and example to those around you that you can indeed change anything up in your life that needs shifting. Snapdragons are associated with inner strength and clear perception. So, Pile 1, I'm just curious, what have you been loyal to for the sake of just being loyal? What have you been loyal to that's been holding you back? Is there anything that you need to release to move forward and upward with your life? We do have the feather card here, and with feathers, they're often seen as like signs from the universe, signs from your ancestors, signs that a past loved one is close by, they're okay, they're thinking of you, very similar to like messages from butterflies. So this could mean that you have like an ancestor or a past loved one, even like a past pet who just wants to like show their love for you. They want to know that they want you to know that you are very loved, very valued, very cared for. Also, I'm getting that this pile could be pretty clairvoyant. So you could intuit, certain messages and insights from signs and symbols and synchronicities out there, whether you're seeing feathers on the ground, whether you're seeing repeating angel numbers like 111, 222, 555, 1111. By the way, if you need a free guide on interpreting these angel numbers, I do have a free download for you. It is linked in the description. But yeah, definitely pay attention to the intuitive signs. I'm really getting that you're spiritually connected here. And then I also have a little quote on the back of this card, and it says, "My soul is awakened, my spirit is soaring and carried aloft on the wings of the breeze." And Bronte. Interesting. Yeah. I feel like some of you could be going through like a spiritual awakening, or you're kind of up leveling in consciousness. I feel like your soul is growing. So those could be things that people want to compliment you on. They're noticing that you're growing, you're changing, you're evolving, and you're very divinely connected. So we also have the Be Authentic card. So it says, "Be real and true to who you are and how you feel." So, okay, I really love this message, Pile 1. I feel like other people wish they could compliment you on your authenticity. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to be yourself and let that true self be seen by others. And people really admire this about you. I feel like other people admire how straight up and honest you are, and not just with others, but with yourself too. So others love that you have this spirit that doesn't just follow the crowd like a sheep. You don't force yourself to fit into a mold that doesn't fit or empower you. And I feel like you're the type of person that is super aware of your personal needs and your wants and your boundaries, and you're not afraid to self-advocate for yourself. I feel like you're the type of person who knows yourself very well, and you know what it takes to take care of yourself. So the card that we have here is "You Are Loved," and it says, "Whisper sweet nothings into your own ear. Tell yourself you are loved, and remind yourself why that's true. What do you love about your personality, your body, your spirit, your mind? Remind yourself and get swept up in a wave of self-love." Ooh, interesting. The first thought that I had was that there's something maybe about yourself that like you could easily compliment yourself on, right? It's not like in a boastful, braggy way, but it's like, okay, if you're a great singer, then like you might know that you have a nice singing voice. Or if you're a great writer, then you might know that about yourself. Or if you might be a great parent, if that applies. And like, if you know that about yourself, like, I feel like there's something about you that that's very valuable. That's very, there's a talent of yours. And that's something that others are seeing in you too. So whatever it is, I think people are noticing that too. Let's continue here. It says, "If it's helpful, build on that feeling by reflecting on the people who love you the most. How do they show you that you're loved? You're loved. You're deserving of love. Remember that." Ooh, mic drop, Pile 1. That is very, very cool. What I want to do real quick is pull some book divination from the Animal Power book that I have, because we talked about like animal spirit totems. So, okay. So our book divination today comes from the Animal Power book, and it says 100 Animals to Energize Your Life and Awaken Your Soul. And then it says by Allison Charles, illustrations by William Santiago. We have the dog spirit here, so we're going to look up what the dog spirit means and see what other messages we can get for you, Pile 1. So I'm going to go with their distant cousin, Wolf. Okay. Are they distant cousins or close cousins? Anyway. Okay. So Wolf spirit. So it says teacher, psychic insight. Remember I said you were clairvoyant. Social balance, full moon, independence, new guidance, medicine carrier. Ooh. Many of you are shamans, so you have the energy of a shaman. We have divine confidence, and we have ritual. So, okay. It says, "I remind you of how vital it is to honor one's elders. In our pack, they lead the way and set the pace. How can you better adopt this in your own life?" That's cool that we have another message about ancestors. Ooh, almost knocked over that candle. That's cool that we have another message about ancestors like we spoke about before. Okay, and then I also want to get just a little bit more information on what people wish they could compliment you on, so hang on. Okay, we're going to get some more information from our tea leaf cards. So pile 1, what else do you need to know? What else do you need to know? We have bird flying, news is on the way. We have jug, light-hearted, carefree time. We have arrow, you are on the right path regarding some area of your life. We have wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And we have horse, short journey. Then we have dog, close up, pleasure with a close friend. That's cool that we have dog twice in this reading. Okay, so with the bird flying, news is on the way. I feel like people wish they could compliment you on your communication skills. I feel like you're a very good messenger. You're able to deliver news very well. Another thing that people wish they could compliment you on is kind of like your lighthearted, carefree, free spirit. Another thing here is that you're aligned, you're on the right path. People really admire that. This wheel thing, I think I see it more as the free spirit. Like, I don't think you allow your life to like ramble aimlessly, but I think you go with the flow. You're very open, you're very adaptable. So yes. When I see horse, I always think of freedom for like symbology. So I know this is a short journey, but horse, I really do feel like people wish they could compliment you on your free spirit. And I feel like people wish they could compliment you on your loyalty. They, really see you as a close and dear friend or, partner. So yes, 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 yes. So thank you so much, pile 1. Please give this video a like if it resonated. Comment below with what pile you chose and subscribe if you haven't already. There's a ton of you who have been watching who actually have not subscribed yet. So I would love to have you here if you would like to be a part of this community. And yeah, thank you. Take care of yourself and I'll see you next time. Bye, pile 1. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your general reading. If you'd like a personal reading or a peek into my shop or services, please check out the links in my description. Now let's dive into your reading all about what people wish they could compliment you on. Okay, so pile 2. So right off the bat, we're going to go with this card and it says seed. So in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, this is the Fool card. So when we get that card, I'm feeling like people wish that they could compliment you on your youthful, free spirit, pile 2. I feel like people also wish that they could compliment you on how independent you are. I feel like you're the kind of person where you get along well with others, you do well in a group, but there's times when you crave solitude and sanctuary. So I do feel like you're one of those people who can handle being alone if you need to be, and some of you might actually prefer it. So I do feel like you have this very youthful, young energy about you. That doesn't necessarily mean that your chronological age is young. I'm just saying that like your energy is very youthful. Or I would say some of you may be people who have kind of like a big, bright energy, big energy, and you might be someone who ventures outside of your comfort zone. Maybe, I feel like the energy here isn't just carefree, but it's intentional, and you don't just live by the rules or follow traditional paths. I feel like you don't allow things that limit your soul and your growth to get in the way. And you could be someone who is open to living your life differently than what others expect of you. So I'm hearing the words unconventional, non-traditional, rebellious energy. You might be someone who doesn't like to be boxed in or labeled or tied down by anything that hampers your freedom. If this sounds like you, drop me a fire emoji in the comments. I'm just curious how many of you are out here in this reading. But yeah, I feel like you're not afraid to shine in your own uniqueness. You're not like others, and that's what makes you special, and you know that. People love how open you are, and I feel like you're interested in learning and trying new things, and I feel like you're the kind of person that stays true to your heart and you follow your own, guidance system. Others notice that you're a very authentic person and you know how to stay true to yourself. So you might be someone who kind of like rejects the idea of conforming to societal structures and control, things that don't serve your highest and best good. And people also love that you can go with the flow and be flexible. You might be someone who has an adventurous and spontaneous personality. And I feel like people wish that they could compliment you on your willingness to try new things and your positive attitude. Others love your curiosity and your explorative nature. I feel like you have this adventurous spirit about you, and you just have this like beautiful lust for life itself, and it's just fabulous energy to be in. So people wish that they could compliment you on this infinite potential that they see in you. I feel like you're like a rainbow. Like I feel like your blessings, your good luck, you're a symbol of joy and optimism. You just brighten people's days. I just love that about you. I feel like you feel like a breath of fresh air, pile 2, and you're just a really, really fun pile. So way to go, pile 2. We do have the sun card here, which makes so much sense. And we have source. Okay, I feel like people wish they could compliment you on your personality because the sun represents our personality and who we are in our birth chart. So some of you are natural entertainers or teachers or musicians or writers, maybe poets. I feel like you guys are really talented in expressing yourself creatively. So go ahead and drop me a paint palette emoji in the comments, or like a paintbrush if you're an expressive or artistic person. It doesn't have to be traditionally like, you don't have to be a painter if you're not a painter, but you might be someone who's a poet, or you create music, or you love art and you've always just had a certain taste for art and you love to I feel like this is my creative artistic bunch. So go ahead and drop me that paint palette emoji in the comments. Very excited to connect with you all in the comments. Love to do that. Okay. So, I do feel like others just see you as really a warm ray of sunshine in their lives. I feel like you really do brighten people's days up. Other people also wish that they could compliment you on your power. So the sun is a very powerful planet that fuels and powers many things on Earth. So your energy could feel like fuel to others. And I also feel like people wish they could compliment you on your dedication and your service to the world and your community and those that, you love around you. I really do feel like you are the sun after the rain, pile 2. And I feel like people are in love with your consciousness and your perspectives. So people love the way you think. I feel like there's a community of people that want to surround you and want to support you. So keep your eyes open. If you already know who they are, be open to connecting. And I'm curious, if you know your sun sign in astrology, since we have the sun here, if you know your sun sign, please drop it in the comments below. I'm a Taurus sun in the 7th house, so you'll likely see my personality shine through me stabilizing my long-term relationships in my life. So if you look at where your sun is and what house it's in, you'll be able to tell where you'll see your personality shine. So if you need any help, drop me a comment. I love talking about astrology and all of that. So yes. Okay, the next card that we have here is She-Wolf, and it says Unleash the Wild Within. So another thing that people wish they could compliment you on is your fierceness and your wild side. I feel like you have this beautiful side of you that just can't be tamed, pile 2. I feel like you have this spirit that's very adventurous. You don't like to be held back by restraints or limitations. And I do feel like you have this beautiful curiosity about you, and I feel like you have an amazing sense of wonder within you. So I feel like you're the alpha in the pack, and that's the energy that you're bringing here. You were meant to forge the path ahead, and you were meant to lead. So it's time to own it, my she-wolf, or he-wolf, or they-wolf, or wolf. Okay, so people love that you're not afraid to stand out from the crowd. You're also not afraid to live boldly, and you don't allow the rules that are placed on you by society to dictate where you're going or how you're going to live in this lifetime. So I do feel like you might be someone who has a free spirit. We talked about this with the Fool. And others really adore this about you. You're not afraid to speak your mind, share your truth, and stick by what you believe in. And if this sounds like you, pile 2, drop me a wolf emoji in the comments, okay? So people admire your raw honesty as well. I feel like you don't sugarcoat things. You give people the truth. and your wildness is what people love. So allow yourself to be rewilded. Don't let anyone tame that beautiful spirit of yours, pile 2. It is just so amazing. So we do have Rhino spirit here, and it says overcome any obstacle. What's interesting? When I see all these flowers, I'm like, somebody's going to be like, you're going to be getting your flowers. You know what I mean? You're going to be getting the flowers that you deserve, the praise, the attention, the admiration, the adoration, because there are a community, there really is a community of people who want to support you, want to surround you if you don't have that community already. But there are people out there who really resonate with you and your whole vibe. So own it. You can do this. You're going to get your flowers. Just know that. But really, this is a confirmation on what we just spoke about. You have this ability to bust through barriers and obstacles that are holding you back in life from where you want to go. And this is another confirmation that you forged the path and you paved the way for a lot of people to step into the life that they were meant to pursue. And I do feel like you have this wonderfully creative mind that can think up new ways and out of the box solutions to where you want to be. I feel like you were truly meant to lead in this lifetime, pile 2. And I feel like you're not afraid to take risks and you just go for it. So I do feel like you let your heart lead you and the rest is history. And this is where the magic is for you. So I do feel like you help others, you help to remind others of their inner strength and their ability to forge new paths for themselves as well. We do have the ritual card here and it says sweet corn. So another thing that people wish they could compliment you on is some sort of a ritual that you have going on. Maybe this looks like a super solid morning routine or an evening routine where you set the intention to pour love and energy and healing into yourself with meditation and journaling and doing yoga, or maybe your ritual is, running a mile every day. It could look different just depending on who you are and what you desire and what your life looks like. So maybe you wake up each day and you honor your ancestors or your past loved ones with a prayer and incense on your altar. Maybe you have a really good self-care routine, and I'm hearing that other people notice how well kept you are, or that you tend to look really well put together, or I just feel like you present really well. So others really admire this about you, and I feel like you show up every day as your best self. So whatever your routine is, whatever your ritual looks like, people are very impressed by this. And the sweet corn is associated with things like divination, good luck, and fertile energy. So yeah, the astrological association with sweet corn is Leo. So some of you could have Leo somewhere significant in your birth chart, or this is just the energy at play here. And Leo is a sign that's very bold and brave and confident and loyal, very tenacious, and beaming with personality, like I mentioned before. So this is great. It all confirms. We do have like the white bell flowers card. I don't know if this is the angel's trumpet flower. If you are like a flower enthusiast or you know all of your flowers very well, drop it in the comments. Let me know what kind of flower this is. I just saw 5552. So some of you might be seeing angel numbers out there. 555, 1111, you catch my drift, 222. I've been seeing a lot of 222 lately. So anyway, I was just like, yeah, it's a great reminder. I was just thinking to myself. But anyway, if you need a free guide on how to interpret these angel numbers, I've got you. The link is in the description. It's a free download. And then you can interpret the angel numbers in real time. So anyway, okay. We have this card here. So I want to see what the back says. Ooh, bloom, my darling. Remember how I said it's like you're not afraid to be yourself. You're not afraid to shine. I feel like you're not afraid to kind of forge the path ahead. So others love that you bloom. You're yourself. You're authentic. There's no hiding in who you are. You're not ashamed of yourself, and others love that so much about you. I do feel like you're very, very beautiful. You're very, very attractive. You're very, very, oh my gosh. I just feel like you have such a rich, robust, like sense of spirit. Like you're deep. You're very deep. There's many, you know how like as you, I don't want to say like as you peel back the layers of a rose, but right, there's many petals, there's many layers to you. And I feel like others can really appreciate that. They know that there's more than meets the eye. I don't know. You're just elegant. You're a whole vibe, and people really love that about you. we do have "you are limitless" here, and it says you can do anything you choose. So this is another confirmation, pile 2, that you know how to move through barriers and roadblocks to get where you want to go in life. I feel like you're limitless, and you don't let limiting people, places, experiences hold you back from where you want, hold you back or bring you down. Others admire that you have this ability to fire up some serious change when things feel off to you, when the life that you're living doesn't feel in alignment with you, and you're willing to take inventory and see what needs to be changed. But yeah, I feel like you don't sit around and complain. You literally take action and you make things different for you. And I think that you have the awareness that you are the creator of your own reality, and that you can design a life that works for you and in your favor. And this is a life that isn't based on what others expect of you, you know? So you were meant to experience love and happiness and joy and fulfillment and connection. And, you know, it really is okay to adjust your sails when you don't feel like you're going in the right, most aligned direction anymore. So I do feel like that's the message here. So it says intro. So it says small talk has its place. It's great in elevators or at networking events. It makes sense to keep things surface level in situations where you don't have the time or the relationship to go deeper. Unfortunately, a lot of us keep things at surface level in our conversations with ourselves. It's easier that way, but imagine what it could look like if your inner dialogue became richer and deeper. There's possibility you haven't yet tapped into. Choose to move beyond small talk in your self-talk. Ask questions, challenge, probe. When you can get real with yourself, you can build a new reality for yourself. Wow. Okay. So what's interesting, I feel like, of course, that's a message in itself, but I do feel like others really wish that they could compliment you on your ability to get deep with yourself, to be frank with yourself, to really do some introspecting, and I think that you're open to growth, right? You're open to kind of evolving over time, and I feel like that's something that others really admire about you. But yeah, just remember, there is a message for you also. It's a literal message in this card, and it says allow yourself to go deeper. You can ask yourself deeper questions, maybe go deeper with journaling and that kind of thing. I do want to do a book divination from the Animal Power book, and this is 100 Animals to Energize Your Life and Awaken Your Soul. This is by Allison Charles and illustrations by William Santiago. We are going to go to the Wolf card. And so pile 1 had the wolf card, we talked about the wolf in pile 1 as well. So if you felt drawn to pile 1, be sure to check that reading out. There could be a message for you in there. But really, other people wish they could compliment you on just kind of like who you are, right? So this is teacher, psychic insight, social balance, full moon, independence, new guidance, medicine carrier, divine confidence, ritual. Interesting. And it says, one of my strongest medicines is helping anchor you in total confidence of who you are. From this place, there is nothing to prove or persuade. Yeah, I feel like you just have this beautiful power about you, and I feel like it just speaks for itself. So I love that. I do want to get more information for you from the tea leaf cards that we have here. So pile 2. What else do you need to know? Okay, we have grasshopper, situations in balance that require careful handling. We have wishbone, a wish is granted. We have dark woman. It says dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. We have sun. That is so like we have sun and sun. So happiness and well-being. We have dagger. It says fear, worries, tense situations. And then it says chain of events that will affect your life. Chain. And then we have, we have mountain, major challenges to overcome. So maybe, let's see, I'll dive into more of the messages as soon as I get it all out. And then we have a handshake and, there. Okay, so, well, there's so many cards that want to come out for you, pile 2. You're fun. Okay, so we have firecracker, excitement. So something exciting is coming into your life. A wish could be granted, something that makes you very happy. So be on the lookout for that. With all of that being said, I think that maybe, you can keep in mind balancing finances. You may have dealings with a woman with dark complexion, dark hair. Take it or leave it. That's a message for specific some of you. And then we have, maybe the fear and worries in tense situations it feels like a mountain to overcome, but there is going to be an agreement. There is going to be some sort of balancing in relationships that happen. And I feel like this is going to be a positive chain reaction for you. So yeah, all good news. Just little things, extra bits of information for you, but thank you so much, Pile 2. I really hope that this reading resonated with you. Please give this video a like if it did resonate, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you haven't already. I noticed that there are a ton of you who are watching the readings. You haven't subscribed yet, and so I invite you to come and be a part of my community here. And you can be the first in line to see the next messages that are meant for you. So thank you, Pile 2. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your general reading. If you'd like a personal reading or a peek into my shopper services, please check out the links in the description. Now let's dive into your reading all about what people wish they could compliment you on. Okay, so with the 10 of Cups here, Pile 3, I do feel like people wish that they could compliment you on how truly happy you make them. I feel like you have this beautiful, peaceful nature about you, Pile 3, and the bond that others share with you is so deeply emotionally fulfilling, and you feel like happily ever after to people. So I don't feel like we talk enough about the true benefit or value of having a really good relationship or a friendship or a partner or a colleague, right? We don't talk about that as nearly enough as things like money and wealth and material things that make us happy. So I'm hearing that people could have all the money in the world, but their life would not feel complete or happy without you in it. So you might be someone with a naturally joyous spirit. I feel like happiness is contagious, and I feel like your light spreads out to all of those around you. So I do feel like it's a benefit to be around you in your energy. I feel like it's like happiness and positivity by osmosis. So being around you or with you feels like coming home again. It feels safe, it feels warm, it feels nurturing, and others wish that they could compliment you on your optimism. So I feel like people also wish that they could compliment you on how much they love having deep, insightful, conversations with you. I feel like you're very deep and introspective, and others really like hearing what you have to say. So if you consider yourself a deep person, drop me a wave emoji in the comments. Another message here is that people wish they could compliment you on your home or your living space. So it's not really about having the biggest or the most modern home that you see all over social media nowadays, but it's more about your personal, unique style. So it feels nice to be in your space. I'm hearing that people have felt grateful to have ever been welcomed into your home, if that applies, or it's an honor to be welcomed into your space when you allow it. You might be someone who has a family that you take care of or you love dearly. You could be a parent, and this applies to all of my pet and plant parents out there as well. But you could be like a husband, a wife, a partner, an aunt, a grandparent, a dear friend, a cousin. But yeah, I do feel like people wish they could compliment you on the way that you love on and care for and support your loved ones, no matter what your circumstances look like. I feel like there are people who can see, how much you care for those around you and how much you love your community. So a very specific message for some of you that you need to hear. You need to hear that you really are a wonderful parent. Okay, seriously, please honor this gift of yours. It's natural. Another specific message for some of you is if you're in a relationship, your partner could feel very deeply satisfied with you or content in your relationship. If you're single, people see you as someone that they could have a deeply satisfying relationship with that's stable. But overall, this message is for everyone. When people look at you, they see like this abundance of a beautiful home life, and people really admire that like domestic like quality about you. And I feel like people see you as someone who's truly blessed and someone who can harmonize and bring happiness and stability into the lives and relationships in your life. So really you feel like a wish come true and a fulfillment, just a big fulfillment on another level, Pile 3. And the way that you make others feel, like I feel like you help others to feel like they belong. It's something else. I really feel like, I just want to thank you. Thank you for being you, Pile pile 3, seriously. So we do have Capricorn that says achieve. So I feel like people wish that they could compliment you on your achievements. Maybe you got that education that you were working so hard towards, or maybe you achieved starting a family, or you created a lot of beautiful things in your life. But people see you as someone who's successful, someone who has big aspirations in life. I feel like you're very, your confidence, your ability to be a leader and be independent and not, you're not afraid of doing hard work. I feel like those are things that people really admire about you. And people love that you're ambitious and determined and structured and powerful. And I do feel like you have this wonderful sense of drive and willpower that others really admire. You are also very good at setting your mind to a goal and going after it with full force and commitment. So people really love your stable energy, and I feel like you're a very disciplined person, and this is why you've been able to accomplish so much. So I feel like you're the type of person who knows how to make progress and grow. And yeah. Okay, we do have the Sun card here. It says enjoy happiness and success. So this is another confirmation that people see you as someone who is successful and accomplished. I feel like others see you as someone who brightens up any room that they walk into. You're someone who has a lot of personal power, and the sun is a great source of power and energy for our planet. You literally fill up people's days with light. You literally fill other people's days with joy and blissful feelings, and I feel like you really uplift and empower the lives of others around you, pile 3. I feel like life wouldn't feel the same without you in it, and it would feel a lot more bleak and dark without your presence. So people really see you as someone with a very expansive soul. We do have squirrel spirit here, and it says believe in yourself. So okay, yes, I feel like this is a confirmation that you are indeed very accomplished. You've accumulated a lot of valuable things in your life. People see you as someone who's very resourceful. People wish that they could compliment you on how generous you are and how giving you are. Again, you're someone that's prepared, you're organized, you can set yourself up to feel safe and secure, and others love how much potential you have as a person. So people wish that they could compliment you on your confidence and how self-assured you are. I feel like you believe in yourself, and even when you don't feel that support from other people, I feel like you still know what you're destined for, and you know who you are and where you're headed in life. So others wish that they could compliment you on how grounded you make them feel. So I do feel like you have a strong sense of who you are, and that makes you super attractive and magnetic. I feel like you're the type of person who is present in their body and can be present with those around you. And others can see that you're dedicated to being fully present and connected when they're engaging with you. So again, you have this very stable and secure energy about you that makes others feel at ease. And I feel like you're a very centered and balanced person. So I feel like you're well in control over your emotions, and you don't make a bad day anybody else's problem. So you really do hold your own very, very well, pile 3. I feel like it's very calming and relaxing to be around you. And you're very grounded and humble. So I feel like you know your power, but you don't throw it in other people's faces. I feel like the choices that you make are also very well thought out. And you also conduct yourself in a very professional manner. So your behavior and your treatment towards yourself and others, it's really amazing, pile 3. Others see you as someone who's very reliable and responsible. And, potato is also associated with protection and healing and magic. So, the astrological association for potato is the sign of Virgo. So some of you could have Virgo somewhere significant in your birth chart, or this is just the energy at play here. And Virgo is very practical and methodical and hardworking, very creative and reliable, quick thinker, systematic, sensible, and loyal. I did forget to mention that some of you could have Capricorn somewhere significant in your birth chart. If you don't, again, this could just be the energy at play here. Capricorn's very structured, very responsible, very driven, very ambitious. So we do have a lot of that energy here displayed for you in this reading. And yeah, if all of this is resonating right now, please be sure to give this video a like. Please comment below with what pile you chose. But anyway, let's get back to this. So we have the Deer card. People wish that they could compliment you on your sense of innocence. I feel like you have this purity, and what's really interesting is we just talked about Virgo as well. Virgo is known as like the pure maiden, right? So you have this very innocent, pure, gentle nature to you. Others love it. Oh, and yes, it says Let your gentleness be evident to all. Philippians 4:5. So yeah, I do feel like others wish they could compliment you on your gentle spirit, your nurturing, caring heart. I feel like it's just, I don't know, you're just like an angel. Like, you're just like an angel to be around. So others really do appreciate that about you. And we have the only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. I'm feeling very drawn to bring this card up and show you, because this deck has beautiful artwork. This deck comes from the Whispers of Love deck. I do have all the decks linked in the description for you guys if you're interested in getting yourself a deck like this. So yeah, with this card, I mean, you literally are people's world. You literally, like, I see like children here. People want to build a life with you, especially with the Ten of Cups. I really do feel like you are the type of person that people want to build a life with. They want to build their, they want to set their roots down with you. And I feel like you are very connected with your loved ones, ancestors, angels, for sure. People also love that you're willing to shift your focus back to loving thoughts and feelings and, actions. I feel like when things go wrong, you allow yourself to feel what you feel, but then you move forward and you don't allow yourself to dwell on problems. So people like that you're focused on solutions, not grumbling and complaining, although that's a total normal part of being a human. So if you grumble and complain, hey, we all do it. But I feel like you don't spend a lot of your time doing that. I feel like you're the type of person to start taking proactive measures on how to change things, so that you're not stuck in those poopy situations, So yeah, I just feel like, yeah, you have this beautiful ability to help others shift their thoughts to more empowering and loving thoughts as well. So I do feel like you'd make a great teacher, a great guide, a great coach, and people wish that they could tell you how much they admire your ability to shift your thoughts and your limiting beliefs and perspectives, when things get tough. You're just a straight up loving and kind and compassionate person, pile 3, like we talked about. So people love that about you. We do have high priority right off the bat. I know that you're a high priority to those around you. And, it says time is not a renewable resource. And while we all have 24 hours to work with, you've got a unique set of priorities and responsibilities that impact the way you spend your days. Your 24 hours are not the same 24 hours as your celebrity faves or your best friends or your mentors. Acknowledging that reality is incredibly freeing. When you realize that decorating isn't a priority right now, it becomes okay for your home to look not like a magazine spread. So what are your top 3 priorities right now? Let these priorities dictate where you invest your time. Very, very cool message there. You know what I want to do? I want to try and see if we can get a book divination from our animal power book. Hopefully we have the squirrel spirit in this book. If we don't, we will have to figure it out. So let's see. Do we have squirrel? We do. Okay. I'm very happy about this. Okay. So squirrel, it says preparedness, action, work and play balance, divine timing, trust, solutions. Ooh. Okay. And it says, I teach the importance of preparing and securing proper bounty to best support you in the future. Work with me to keep an abundant supply of what you feel is most important, but don't hoard that which you don't truly need. I love this. This is the first time I'm ever reading this message. So if you all are vibing with this, drop a squirrel emoji. I am curious. Ooh, I just literally okay, another message here is I feel like you shut the lights out. When I lifted this up, this candle, for some reason it tipped and the light went out. So I do feel like you're that powerful, pile 3. You have the ability to turn things on and then turn things off. You know what I mean? I just feel like you're super, super powerful. Let's get more information from our tea leaf cards. We have desk. It says pay attention to your work. We have quill. Get back to basics. We have yoke. It says feeling tied down or frustrated. If you've been feeling tied down at work, get back to basics. Kind of get back into just the routine. Sometimes even the things that we absolutely love to do take structure and work and just discipline, and it's not always fun and games, but It might just be time to get back to basics. Just put one foot in front of the other and just keep going. We have Rooster. It says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. I'm seeing that more as like, if there's people like making noise and yapping away and just trying to distract you, stay focused, get back to basics, you know what I mean? Because there are good things on the horizon, honestly. We've got coins, we got money will be coming to you. We have Beryl. It says, okay, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps money, love, money, or goals. If you feel that's the way, or you're feeling frustrated with the kind of feeling like things are barren right now, just know that your coins are coming to you. Happiness is on its way. And it says teapot, deep friendship with someone of the same sex. So if you've been looking for a friendship, or you're kind of like your soul tribe, just know that they're out there, they're ready. So the best way for other people to find you is to just be yourself and keep putting yourself, I wouldn't say like you have to keep throwing yourself out there, but just, what do they say? Like flowers don't compete with the next flower next to them. They just bloom. It's kind of like that. So that's the messages that I have for you, pile 3. Please give this video a like if it resonated, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe. I did notice that there are a ton of you who are watching these readings who are not subscribed yet, so I'd love to have you in my community. You can be the first to see the next pick a card reading in the next message that is meant for you to hear. So yeah, I'd love to have you. Thank you. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye, pile 3. Hi, pile 4. Welcome to your general reading. If you'd like a personal reading or a peek into my shop or services, check out the links in my description. Now let's dive in to your reading, all about what people wish they could compliment you on. Okay, so the first card that I want to talk about here is the Sun. So people wish that they could compliment you on how you inspire them, pile 4. People absolutely love your joyous, optimistic spirit. I feel like you're a literal ray of sunshine, and you have this undeniable radiance about you that, I just can't even just put into words, okay? It's amazing. You look good, you feel good, you're a whole vibe, and I'm hearing an emphasis on how attractive you are to others. Like, you know how flowers and plants are like drawn in towards the energy of the sun, and they kind of like grow towards the sun? It's like that. So people might see you as someone who is confident. They wish that they could compliment you on how self-assured you can be. And I feel like you're not the type of person who seeks validation from others or external forces. I feel like you get that validation from yourself. So I feel like you know that you are divine, that you are a divine, worthy being just because you are, and not because of anything that you've accomplished or achieved or gained materially. You know exactly who you are and what you're capable of achieving, and that is greatness. So you might be someone with a youthful, childlike spirit. I feel like you're the type of person who sees wonder in everything. And, I feel like you're curious and enthusiastic and excited about the world around you. So others wish that they could compliment you on that sense of innocence that you embody. And you might be the type of person who tries to see like no ill will in others or see the best in others. So you do have a great set of morals. You're not corrupted by the world around you, and you bring so much happiness to the lives of those around you, pile 4. So you really, really make others happy, pile 4, and you honestly make others really emotionally fulfilled. So being around you, it just feels like fireworks. You make others feel warm and cheerful and excited. And you also feel like source energy to those around you and your community, your family, and your loved ones, right? Because the sun is a source of energy. So I do feel like you have a very powerful energy about you. Your vitality is really unmatched, and people love that you're complimentary to those around you and you're affectionate with your love. So no matter what this looks like for you, I just feel like you're very open and you're very loving. People see you as someone who is very abundant and successful, and someone who has achieved a lot in their lifetime. The career, the home, the kids, the degree, the volunteer work, the healing, whatever success and achievement looks like to you, I feel like others see that. So you're someone who stays authentic and true to themselves. So if this sounds like you, I want you to drop a sun emoji in the comments below, because people wish they could compliment you on your ability to be vulnerable and to be open with others. So you're the type of person who has nothing to hide. With that being said, we do have trine, sextile, symbiosis. So, 52, talking about numerology here, is reduced to a 7. And so this represents things like spiritual awakening, enlightenment, collective consciousness, inner wisdom, life choices, manifestation. And symbiosis just talks about a relationship that's mutually beneficial. So whether this is romantic or work or career or platonic or friendship, trine and sextile are terms in astrology that describe a supportive or favorable aspect when it comes to these celestial bodies. So people wish that they could compliment you on how supportive of a person that you are. People really feel like you have their back and that you're cheering them on. I think that others think of you as someone who is very compatible to be with, to work with, to engage with, and you know how to bring peace and harmony into your relationships. It just feels natural to be with you or around you, and you really put others at ease. Okay, so then we have shapeshifter. So it says transform and unveil your gifts. So I also feel like being around you is very transformative. I feel like people can't help but naturally grow and evolve because you've shown them how beautiful change is. And you might have been on an inner journey for a while now, Pal 4. So you've grown tremendously throughout the years and the decades, and people love who you've become and how you've bloomed. So people absolutely love how flexible you are as well. I feel like you adapt well to change, a lot better than most. And your willingness to shift your thought patterns and perspectives when it's necessary is really admirable. So I feel like you're willing to bend and break habits in order to grow. I feel like you're really good at pivoting and rearranging and shifting things up when you hit challenges and roadblocks in life. And you operate in an empowered mindset, not a victim mindset. So I do feel like you face problems head on and you're witty enough to come up with solutions. And I also feel like people wish that they could compliment you on your ability to blend into many different social circles. So it's not that every circle feels in alignment with you, but I feel like you're really good at working with and communicating with people from all different walks of life. I feel like you'd be like the kid in school who wasn't only friends with their primary social circle, but you'd be someone who took the time to get to know the other kids in class too, and you were able to build connections with others, and sometimes in the most unlikely of situations. But I do get that you're a very open-minded person and you're very accepting of people, even if they're very different than you. And I feel like others love how you want to hear the opinions and perspectives of other people, even if they're wildly different than your own. And you have this unique ability to hold space for other people's differences, for their beliefs, and to not let it mean anything about what you believe in. I feel like you gave people the time of day and they really, really appreciate that, and they can really see how genuine your heart is, Pile 4. So we have Fox Spirit. So with Fox Spirit, it says think on your feet. So here's another confirmation that you're very flexible, you adapt well to change, and people love your intelligence and your wit. I'm hearing that others think that you're very funny and clever, and I feel that some of you just have some really good one-liners or things that you say that are just super witty. So you really do make people laugh, and I think it comes naturally to you. Some of you might not even know how deeply funny you are, but this really brings a sense of brightness and light to other people's day, and you're literally like the favorite coworker or friend or partner or person to spend the day with. For example, if you missed school and you were a kid, you might have been that person who, like, your friends will be like, oh man, like today's gonna suck then because like so and so isn't at school today, like, you know that feeling. But yeah, I feel like you just say the right thing at the right time with the perfect tone, and it just lands so well, and it surprises people in a good way. So you're a very sharp person, and I know that others can sense this about you right off the bat. You pay attention and pick up on the details and the minute information that you hear and see and take in sensory-wise. And you have this beautifully spontaneous creativity about you that others really admire, Pile 4. And okay, we also have the Vitality card, and it says Fig. So this is another confirmation that others admire your personal power and your strength. I feel like you give people life, and your energy makes others buzz with that happiness. So you really do have a fresh perspective on the world, and people really dig that about you, pile 4. You operate in the frequency and in the energy of optimism and possibility. You have great personal power, and you're a manifestation powerhouse, and you do things with intention. So some of you may be spiritually inclined. Maybe you're into angel numbers, runes, astrology, animal totems, or other divination tools like tarot, of course, because you're here. So yeah, thank you for being here. I just want to, tell you how much I appreciate you spending your time here on this reading. Really appreciate it, pal 4. And if you need a free guide to interpreting angel numbers, the link is in the description, and you can use this digital download to interpret the numbers that you see in real time. But yeah, Fig. So Fig also symbolizes things like love and protection and fertility. The astrological association with Fig is Taurus. So yeah, I feel like you could have Taurus somewhere in your birth chart, or this is just the energy at play here. And Taurus is very ground to earth. They're grounded. They're loyal and determined, very hardworking, very in tune with their senses, and reliable, right? We do have the Kite card here. And with this card, again, I feel like I just want to say that you're like when I think of a kite being in air, I'm thinking about like the suit of air, or the air signs, right? Because air signs, like I'm thinking about gosh, what is the air sign, the mutable air sign? OMG. Is it Gemini? Anyway, I'm just thinking that like other people wish they could compliment you on how like adaptable you are. I feel like you're very flexible. I feel like you are able to kind of like go with the winds of change, if you get what I mean. Yeah, and it says go where you feel most alive. So I do feel like I just feel like you're someone who you don't really stay stuck in your ruts. I feel like you are the kind of person that values freedom and autonomy, and might not necessarily be like a physical traveler. Some of you are, but for those of you who aren't like physically traveling, or maybe you stay home a lot, I do feel like there's a lot of like inner journeying or like inner traveling going on, right? Whether that's through, reading, or kind of watching really good things, or meditation, or there's so many different things that you can do to go on an inner journey. You don't have to go anywhere outside of your house, you know what I mean? But yeah, I also do feel like you are someone that also has a connection with nature. I feel like nature, being out in nature, is somewhere that makes you feel really alive. It makes you feel rejuvenated. It makes you kind of like, I don't know, it's like a nice recharge. And I'm hearing that like for some of you, it's not just like a nice to have, it's like very necessary for you to go outside at least one time a day, or more than once a day, of course. If you haven't, so many of us work inside and are stuck inside all day, and it can be tough to remember to go outside. And I'm feeling like some of you guys in this pile specifically are empaths, or highly sensitive people, and you're people that would really benefit from recharging in nature. So I know the weather, can be drastic around the world. Sometimes it can be very hot, sometimes it can be very cold and wet, and so sometimes it can be hard to like go outside. But if you can find a way to get some fresh air in to your day, at least once a day, if not a couple times a week, if not once a week, right? Do what you can. I feel like it's going to be a game changer for you. So yes. Okay, we do have the Appreciate This Moment card, and it says every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. So I really do feel like others also admire the growth mindset that you have. I feel like you take your challenges and your obstacles and your setbacks as really important life lessons. And I feel like when it all boils down, you ask yourself, okay, what did I learn from this experience? Because, I feel like we can learn a lot of things from getting our heart broken, or going through a loss, or being betrayed. I feel like hindsight is 20/20 in the end, and I feel like others admire your strength and your bravery to face your fears head on. Like, I don't really feel like you sweep BS under the rug and pretend like it isn't there. I feel like you're the type of person who's willing to lift up the rug and clean up the mess. And I also think that people admire your ability to be present and have gratitude for the things that you're blessed with in your life. So yeah. Okay, we do have the Speak Your Truth card. And so with the Speak Your Truth card, it says, when you're tuned in, you can respond to your internal evolution without even realizing it. Are you catching others up? Interesting. So yeah, I feel like others wish they could compliment you on how tuned in you are to yourself. I feel like you do a lot of introspecting. But another thing is that I feel like other people, they really admire that you can speak your truth, you can be honest, you can be upfront about how you really feel. And the rest of this says, every iteration doesn't require an announcement, but there are some that do. Notice when your new truths will impact the way you interact with others and share them. Speak your truth with both strength and softness. Invite others to get to know this new version of you. Yeah, interesting. I'm getting the strong feeling that there's also a good bunch of you out there that have maybe like have had the same group of friends for a long period of time. Maybe you've known these friends since like grade school, middle school, high school. Maybe you met them in college. Maybe you met them at work 10 years ago. Maybe you met them at work yesterday. Either way, I just do feel like you are meant to also evolve and get to know other friends as well. I also feel like another message here is that it's time to, especially those like friends that you know are like your lifelong friends, there can be so much growth that happens. Like, right, we can say people change so much in a year, but people can grow so much in just a couple of weeks too. So I feel like if you feel like you've changed and you want to share this new part of yourself with those that you really care about, this might be your sign to do so. So yes. The next thing I want to do is pull from the Animal Power book, and we can get more information. We have a couple different animals pictured here, and so I want to talk about the fox. So we're gonna find the fox spirit. Okay. So it says shape-shifting. That's really funny because we had, almost knocked that candle over. We have shapeshifter. But yeah, we have, okay, anyway. Fox, we have shape-shifting, attunement, resourcefulness, stealth, wisdom, solutions, humor, magic, invisibility, and dreams. And it says, I have nighttime powers. I enhance your ability to receive divine messages and creative inspiration at night and in your dreams. Ooh, some of you are intuitive dreamers. So I don't know if some of you have very vivid dreams. Maybe some of you have like literally dove into like astral traveling, and maybe some of you get like prophetic dreams. I'm so interested in like dream studies and kind of dream interpretation. I love the work of Carl Jung, Carl Jung. So for all of my intuitive dreamers, I want you to drop me like a sleepy emoji in the comments, and like, maybe someone like the emoji with like the ZZZ and he looks like he's sleeping, that, or like a cloud or something that like represents the nighttime. You can put it like a moon. I want to know how many of my intuitive dreamers there are. I want to pull a couple of cards from my dream deck because I do have a couple of dream decks. So 1 second. Okay, so this comes from the Dream Decoder deck, and it says 60 cards to unlock your unconscious. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards. There's so many different types of dreams and so many different types of meanings. So, some of you may have had these dreams. Some of you may not have had these dreams. But we're just going to go over maybe 2 different types of dreams. And we can kind of get you introduced to dream interpretation if you haven't done it already. And if you have, then just learn a little something extra. So, okay. So let's see. Get a good, separate the deck. Okay. So we have 2 different dreams here. The first dream, it says family. So if you have been dreaming about family, or you've ever dreamt about family before, this card says, okay, it So, if you dream of a family member, this might be related to issues between you. However, there might be a less direct meaning. If you dream of your father and he's a figure of authority for you, this might suggest to you that you need to bring more discipline into your life. If you dream about your mother and she's a nurturing person, maybe you need to take better care of yourself. If your brother or sister is outgoing and you're introverted, a dream about them could suggest you aspire to their qualities. Every family member can represent an aspect of your own personality. If you dream of family members arguing, this might reflect tensions within your own psychological makeup. Recurring dreams about your parents might suggest you need to be more independent of them. Dreams of children often reflect fears about their safety or success or the possibility they are moving away from you. So there's so many different kind of like meanings when you dream of family. There's also another dream here. So this one says school. I've definitely had dreams about school. In fact, I'll let you know, I've had dreams about like trying to escape school. I've had like dreams where, even since I was a little kid, actually, I've been having these, I've had dreams about me trying to like break out and like run away from school. And I've heard from one person before that, or one source, that the interpretation for that could mean like I'm trying to escape, like kind of like traditional structures, traditional societal like structures. So and what's funny is I used to have the dreams more often when I was making the shift out of regular 9-to-5 employment and going into being self-employed. I was really leaving a very structured kind of type of job and moving into one that was a lot more kind of like free-flowing and really, really different. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about the meaning of when you dream about school. If you ever dreamt about school, drop me a pencil emoji in the comments, okay? Okay. So school, it says, dreams of being a pupil at school or some other place of learning usually relate to lessons you need to learn in your waking life, perhaps a basic principle or skill you've forgotten. There may be an opportunity to learn something new that you've either missed or need to pay attention to. Have you learned from past mistakes, or are you repeating them over and over? If you're a child in a dream, that might suggest that you need to bring some childlike simplicity into a current situation. Complications in your waking life may not be as difficult as they seem. If you're a teacher, mentor, lecturer, the message of the dream could be that you need to be your own guide and inspiration. Perhaps the answers you're seeking can't be found by asking other people. True guidance must come from within. I love that. Okay. So yeah, we talked about dream interpretation. The next thing I want to do is I want to pull some tea leaf cards for you and get any other additional information that you need to know in this reading. I just saw 1616, so I don't know if that angel number, you've been seeing that angel number for some of you. And if you do need help interpreting angel numbers in real time, maybe you've seen 111, 222, 1111, I have a free guide for that. And it's a free download, so that's in the description if you're interested. But okay, pile 4, what else do you need to know for your highest and best good? Okay, so this is going to be a very specific message for some of you, but some of you may have gone through a parting of ways in a relationship, in your business, maybe with friends. Either way, you just need to know that you are going to triumph over your troubles. You're going to make it over your obstacles. You could be waiting on some news, but at the same time, this is a time for you to focus on kind of like making yourself happy instead of making everybody else happy. So it's time to go out and have fun. It's time to have a celebration, party, be with the people that you love. You are really protected against negative forces that are beyond your control. You maybe have dealings with or a relationship with an older man. So yeah, that is about it here. I just want to thank you for being here today, Pile 4. If this reading resonated with you, please give this video a like, comment below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you have not already. I did notice that there are a ton of you still out there who have not subscribed. I would love to have you in my community, so please subscribe. And yeah, thank you. Take care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye, Pile 4.